Hello, it's the Moat, and welcome back to day 33 of my attempt at Michael Deering's Hardcore Challenge. The challenge is actually all over. This is just literally 33 days later in terms of Minecraft days, and I've finished building some of the towers. There's the garden. Kind of give you a sense of what I was trying to describe earlier on. I don't think I did a very good job. And while this isn't exactly what I was envisioning when I started off, I wanted to show you what I was trying to get to. Certainly needed another 20 some odd days. 24 days, I guess it is, to get there, and this is just a partial. It is still done by all the challenge rules, so I did not place blocks outside of the zero chunks, with one minor exception of a creeper hole that I filled in before I thought about it down at the south here. This is just a view kind of looking in. Each of the towers was originally going to be from one of the elements: earth, fire, water, air, and the fire one was originally going to look like a flame. You use some orange and red and yellow glass blocks, dyed blocks, and things like that, looking like a flame. The tornado for the air. Make sure they're not there. So there's a little spot right in here that I filled in just to the left there, right by the mushroom. Obviously, I used cherry bitters thing to get mushrooms going there. So that's a nice little mushroom. I'll be mining that up. So for the air, I was going to use kind of a tornado appearance, and for the water, I was actually thinking about using clear glass to redirect water around in sort of almost a globe for that kind of effect, but way too ambitious for that kind of a time frame, especially with restrictions on what we could gather. The sand alone would have been huge, so I went ahead and did the same basic concept, same basic structure, with changing some of the keystones and the colors to represent the 4 different directions. Here's another place where a creeper got me, blew up my fence and almost got me. Make sure nobody's out here. And so there's the view looking east. And we'll take a quick wander around in here real fast. All things considered, things came out pretty well. I did end up losing some of my guard chickens. Lost 3 of them. In fact, one of them died when he jumped in front of my shovel. That was a sad moment. But I thought I was listening about what Michael was talking about. So here's, if they were teammates, there's the death chest. Let's see, where is that? There it is. So we'll put that back. So I just thought I'd play with that while we're at it. Now, I've done a lot of exploring. I did a fair amount of wandering around in the caves down below. Lots of it very well lit by the lava. I've wandered a field here a bit to find things like the mushrooms and stuff. So here's the earth tower, the north one. Used the cobble from the 2 different dungeon areas. Here's the fire, different floor layouts. Here's air, sort of light blue glass, just as as an indicator. And then water, use actual columns of water. And the chickens love these columns of water. I have no idea why, they just do. But it kind of makes it relatively easy to collect the eggs, I guess. So I can't complain. And let's see, so that's kind of it. I'll show you a couple of other little things here real quick. Show you that. Yeah, I've been collecting eggs like nobody's business. I've got more eggs than I know what to do with. There's my scarecrow. It is built off of zombie discarded armor with, of course, the pumpkins from the patch. And I had to build the shoes. Nobody dropped any boots, but I got the pants and the armor from him. Actually, I had a couple of helmets, but I liked the pumpkin better. Jump up here and show. So that's, and third try. There we go. So kind of how the garden turns out. I like it. It looks pretty. The bamboo allows me to go up and down without trampling it too much. And so it worked out. It's not very practical, but it's kind of pretty. And if I expanded this whole thing by 2 or 3 blocks in each direction easily and moved buildings out, I think it would have been a pretty nice little setup. Whoops, where's it coming? Oh shoot! See, there's the problem with this layout. It is certainly more of a pretty thing than an efficient setup. There we go. Goodbye, sir. Fences to keep the animals out more so they don't tromp all over it. Let me put this back. Now so I also did a lot of exploring down below. The caverns were pretty well lit with lava and whatnot. Now I have a slightly different, I guess my caverns are slightly different than the regular 1.8.1, 1.8.3 versions. I'm using Forge in order to use Baddies mod. So where the 1 diamond was surrounded by lava for you guys, it was not for me. I had a zombie dungeon down there. A couple of other, I guess, minor differences like that. The general layout was the same, but there were some differences as to where the water was placed. Here's the cave. The original cave entrance is covered over. Here's the new one. And I even have time to go down to the Nether. And there's my new friend, a new neighbor. Just decided to move in with me. My original chests and all. So I did do a fair amount of exploring down there and did not place any torches. Thankfully I didn't have to because of the lava around for most of it. Did get down into the nether just for a little look-see and gather some netherrack. No, let's not go down here right now. So I was able to kind of get the netherrack and some quartz. I'll go back down there hopefully to see if I can find the fortress. But I've just been enjoying it and spent a few extra days building. I wanted to show you kind of where I was headed. Just didn't make it. But I did survive, and that was good. So I survived my first challenge. And I had a whole lot of fun. This has been a great adventure for me. Really enjoyed doing it. Had fun building this. Was a nice little testing. Gave me some ideas on how to make it better in the future. So guys, thanks for watching. And I'll catch you in April on the flip side. Take care.